In the headlines for this bulletin, Đắk Lắk province promotes investment in 2019. A total of 13 cities and provinces across Vietnam have been affected by the African swine fever virus.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to the morning edition of VTV News from Hanoi. You're with me, Hainam. An investment promotion conference was held in Buôn Ma Thuột City, Đắk Lắk province on Sunday with the theme, The Potential of Đắk Lắk, Opportunities for Businesses. Permanent Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hòa Bình attended the event. Let's now take a look in the following.
The delegates' discussions revolved around the province's five strongest sectors: high-tech agriculture, organic farming and afforestation, the processing industry and post-harvest preservation, the wood processing industry, renewable energy, and urban infrastructure, ecotourism and luxury resorts.
As the capital of the Central Highlands, Đắk Lắk has a lot of potentials. According to our research and evaluation, in the last 5 years, the tourism market in Đắk Lắk has shown positive signs of growth. This is why it's one of the sectors we'll be investing in.
To attract investment and expand the sectors and areas of investment, focusing on strong markets and large corporations, in recent years, Đắk Lắk has focused all its resources on building infrastructure to improve its business environment.
There should be a program and strategy for urban development in the capital of the Central Highlands, with special programs, mechanisms and priorities for the development of Đắk Lắk.
At the conference, Đắk Lắk provincial authorities signed a cooperation program and a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ministry of Industry and Trade, and the Ministry of Planning and Investment. 13 investment projects were announced with the value of over $604 million. The conference is expected to help boost investment in Đắk Lắk province.
A forum to promote investment, trade and tourism between Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, or CLV, was held in Kratie province, Cambodia on March 9th as part of the 12th meeting of the Joint Coordination Committee on the CLV Development Triangle Area. The event was attended by senior officials of the three nations, enterprises operating in the CLV area, and the Vietnamese provinces of Đắk Nông, Đắk Lắk, Gia Lai, Kon Tum and Bình Phước. Discussions focused on measures to remove barriers in promoting investment and trade in the 13 border provinces of the three countries. In the CLV area, Vietnam currently has 116 projects with the total registered capital of nearly $4 billion, accounting for 23.1% of Vietnam's total investment projects in Laos and Cambodia. Border trade between Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia has undergone remarkable development in recent years. Although the total tax debt on domestic revenues has dropped sharply in recent years, the amount of tax arrears is still high. In order to solve this tax burden, the Ministry of Finance is developing a draft resolution on the elimination of irrecoverable tax debts, which is estimated at over $1.1 billion. This is the irrecoverable tax debt of taxpayers who have died, gone missing, or lost their civil act capacity.
Statistics from the Ministry of Finance show that the number of irrecoverable debts accounts for more than 42% of the total amount of tax debt nationwide. According to regulations, this irrecoverable debt continues to incur an additional late payment penalty of 0.03% per day. This debt has been putting pressure on tax sector's cost and human resources.
We cannot collect what people no longer have. Firstly, those who have died, gone missing or no longer have civil acts don't have any assets. Secondly, for those who went bankrupt without any assets but still owe tax, the debt should be deleted.
At the workshop to develop the draft resolution on handling non-recoverable tax debts held by the National Assembly's Finance and Budget Committee, the delegates all agreed to issue this resolution. However, it is necessary to clarify the criteria and conditions for debt forgiveness.
Since the draft resolution has a wide adjustment range, fairness must be ensured between those who pay tax based on regulations and those who plan to avoid paying taxes. Before debts are forgiven, they must be carefully considered. I don't think it's advisable to write off any land debts, because in the process of conducting projects, investors must pay land use fees. Whether the landowner is dead or missing, his or her real estate is still there.
A number of opinions also suggested that the draft resolution clearly defines personal responsibility when it comes to eliminating wrong debts in order to prevent abuse of the policy. It is expected that the government will continue to complete the draft resolution and submit it to the National Assembly for approval in October this year.
2 cargo ships have been caught by Vietnamese police as they were related to the illegal discharge of 3 million liters of gasoline into the sea, specifically at 10:30 p.m. Saturday in an area 100 nautical miles southwest of Con Dao Island. The 3rd Regional Coast Guard detected 2 cargo ships, one from Singapore and another named Lady Luck, belonging to Halok Phat Company. At the time of inspection, the Singaporean ship was transporting roughly 3 million liters of gasoline. The captain could not provide sufficient documents to provide the legality of the amount of petrol on board. Currently, the 3rd Regional Coast Guard has made a record of the ship's administrative violations and will continue its investigation. You're watching VTV News live from Hanoi. African swine fever is spreading throughout Vietnam, with Nam Định being the latest northern province to be hit, bringing the number of affected provinces and cities to 13. Localities throughout the country have been taking measures to prevent the spread of the outbreaks. The first cases appeared in the northern provinces of Hưng Yên and Thái Bình. With nearly 1 month, the number of affected areas has doubled. Currently, nearly 540 households have been reported African swine fever virus. Around 12,000 pigs have been destroyed. The African swine fever virus does not affect humans, but cases of hemorrhagic fever in pigs and wild boars are almost always fatal. There is currently no antidote or vaccine, with the only known preventive measure being a mass cull of infected livestock. The disease spreads through contact between infected pigs and other wild animals and can inflict massive economic damages on farms. With many smart features and utilities, as well as diverse content, the free application Quadruple Night TED for blind people, which was launched during the recent Lunar New Year, has received a lot of attention. The awarding ceremony for organizations and individuals participating in the project Quadruple Night Vietnam took place on Sunday in Hanoi.
According to the organizer, after only a short time since launching, the free application 9999 TED has received 1 million users and garnered the high praises from people. At the ceremony, a number of awards with a total value of more than $1.2 million were presented to organizations and individuals, with valuable comments on the contributions of the application's creation and development. This is a very practical application that conveys both cultural and humane values to users. It's especially suitable for the Vietnamese digital ecosystem of the Ministry of Information and Communication, so that Vietnamese people will use digital products created with Vietnamese technology. With the goal of serving the community without any profit, the Advanced International Joint Stock Company, or AIC, has officially launched the project of developing 9999 TET to 9999 Vietnam. The application aims to support Vietnamese people and foreigners working in Vietnam, especially those with disabilities.
We hope to build an accurate encyclopedia system so that people can look up information. People can use the online information to get access to online public services or send feedback to the government.
The project 9999 Vietnam will serve as a virtual assistant that can be used in one's daily life, especially for people with disabilities. Through the app, users can call a virtual assistant to open other applications in their phone and perform basic tasks such as reading online newspapers and navigating.
Using this application helps those who are visually impaired save a lot of time and makes their lives more convenient. We really want to use this application.
In the coming time, AIC will donate 1,000 smartphones installed with this software to the Vietnam Blind Association on the occasion of Vietnamese Disabled People's Day on April the 18th. Project 9999 Vietnam is expected to create an integrated ecosystem that features many convenient and practical services for users.
A campaign to celebrate the Earth Hour was launched in Hanoi on March 10th with the message "Saving Energy, Protecting the Earth." The Earth Hour campaign in Vietnam has been held annually for the last 11 years by the Ministry of Industry and Trade, with the support of several businesses, including the Electricity of Vietnam, as a sponsor for the campaign. The campaign shows Vietnam's commitment to join hands with the world in the fight against climate change. In 2009, only 6 provinces and cities across the country participated in the campaign. Today, many localities, organizations and businesses nationwide take part in the event. A switching off ceremony will be held at the August Revolution Square in Hanoi on March the 30th, creating an extremely attractive landscape and attracting many tourists. Moreover, visitors to Yên tử also get the opportunity to admire Japan's national flower, the beautiful cherry blossom. The beauty of these 2 kinds of flowers has been celebrated in the 2nd Cherry Blossom Yên tử Yellow Ochre Flower Festival.
Over 5,000 Japanese cherry blossom branches and hundreds of Yên tử yellow ochre trees are on display at the Yên tử Trúc Lâm Culture Center. Many tourists have flocked to the event. I'm happy to admire the beauty of the cherry blossoms and the ochre flowers. They make the scenery so romantic.
This is my first time visiting Yên tử. I'm impressed with the cherry blossom here. The preparations have been good.
In addition to enjoying the flowers, visitors can also participate in folk dance performances and discover local products. The festival aims to boost cultural, trade and tourism links between Quảng Ninh province and Japanese businesses and people. Through the festivals like this, we want Vietnamese and Japanese people to better understand each other's cultures, leading to a closer relationship between the 2 countries in terms of both business and tourism. The Cherry Blossom Yên tử Yellow Ochre Flower Festival this year takes place over 9 days, from March the 8th until March the 17th. Yên tử yellow ochre flowers and Japanese cherry blossom are a symbol of the natural connection between the 2 peoples, contributing to strengthening the relationship between Vietnam and Japan for peace and prosperity.